Good morning. We will start a new chapter today, that is magnetic effect of electric current, session 1. We already studied about electric current. So what is an electric current? It is nothing but the flow of electron charges. That is what we understood. So magnetic effect of electric current. Like similarly, we also have chemical effects of electric current. Heating effect of electric current we have understood, right? Which is nothing but Joule's law of heating, which is called as heating effect of electric current. Now similarly, in this chapter we are going to study about magnetic effect of electric current. So basically here we will be studying about the first part, magnetic effect of electric current, the second part, electromagnetic induction. So let's understand first what are these two phenomena. Now when I talk about magnetic effect of electric current, the definition tells that the phenomenon or the phenomena of generation of magnetic field in a conductor when current is passed through it. Now what do you mean by this magnetic field? Assume that I have a bar magnet, okay? So we always know that magnets always have two poles. One is north and another is south. So and I have some substances, or we can say magnetic substances like iron, nickel, cobalt, which can attract iron. I keep this in a certain range. That means this can actually attract magnet, right? Now I keep the same object somewhere here. So do you think this magnet can attract? Depends about the magnetic strength. That means there will be a field created by the magnet. Now assume that this is a field. How is that magnetic field created? I'll explain you that. Now if this is the magnetic field, magnet only works under this magnetic field. True, right children? Now if you have a magnet in your hand, you take some substances, keep the substance here. Do you think this magnet will attract? Like in movies what you see in there's iron things and all the iron comes attracting to the magnet. It doesn't happen like that. But if that pin or any magnetic substance is brought near the magnet, it attracts. That means it works in its field, magnetic field what we talk about. I'll explain about magnetic field again. That much you understood? Yes. A phenomenon of generation of magnetic field in a conductor when current is passed through it. Now this is a magnet. So if I bring any magnetic substances, I can see the attraction here. I don't bring a magnetic substance. What I do now is I get a magnetic compass needle what we talk about. So I bring the compass here. So when I bring the compass needle will show the deflection. Why the compass needle is showing the deflection? Because it is presence in the magnetic field. If I keep the compass needle here somewhere, will it show the deflection? Of course not. It is out of the magnetic field, right? You got my point now. What is magnetic field here? Now this is a magnet, so magnetic field is created. If I don't keep a magnet here, instead of magnet what I keep here is, I keep some wire. Right, a thin wire what I keep. So, and I bring this compass needle near. Now, do you think this compass needle will show a deflection? Of course not, because this is not a magnet, right? But now, next what I will do here is, to this wire, I will just connect it to the I'll give some power to it. I'll just connect it to the electric current and I will allow the electricity to pass through it. That means the current is flowing in the wire, right? There is an electric current flowing in the wire. Now what I will do is, I will take the compass needle near. I will suddenly see that the compass needle is deflecting. So how did the compass needle deflect? The compass needle deflection tells us that there is some magnetic field around, right? That I told you with the help of magnet. When does a compass needle deflect? Suppose if I bring a compass needle near this pen, needle will not show any deflection. But if I am holding a magnet in my hand and taking a compass needle here, see magnetic compass is nothing children, you might have seen. Usually if you have seen that directions and all, what north, south, what it will be there, you will have it in your compass box also sometimes, keychain sometimes. We have such magnetic needle compass in your laboratories where you get to see that. That will show the deflection. because it is coming in contact with the magnet, right? But here suddenly this wire was not showing any deflection, but suddenly when I started passing electricity to it, it started showing deflection. Very simple. Now you have a mobile charger at your home, right? When you just plug in and on the switch, if in case you have a compass needle at your place, just try to bring the compass needle near the wire. That's more than enough. You can see the deflection there. Deflection in the sense that needle will not show this big deflection, children. Very slight deflection. Depends upon how much current, how much length of the wire, how much is the wire strength, everything depends, right? But there is a slight deflection. Even at home, if you have a magnetic needle and your mobile charger is plugged on, and when you see that, that means there is some field, magnetic field created when we pass electric current through it. The phenomenon of generation of magnetic field in a conductor when current is passed through it, that is something called as magnetic effect of electric current. Now basically when I talk about a magnet here, so North Pole and South Pole. Basic rules about the magnet, what we know that if I bring two magnets of North Pole and North Pole, they actually repel, right? Like poles repel, and if I bring the two poles, say North and South, they actually attract. The like poles of the magnet repel and the unlike poles attract. That's the first property. Second property of the magnet, when we talk about, how much ever big or small the magnet is, it will always have a north and south pole. Assume that now this is a magnet, so this is north and this is south. Now how do you identify which is north and south? I'll tell you that also. This is north and this is south. Usually there is one point, red point mentioned. If sometimes the magnet will have shown that north and south, very easy. If it is not shown, then what will happen is it will have a red point. Assume that that is north and that is south. That red point also is not there, means how to identify, we'll study that. I break this magnet, you think, into two pieces. This was north, right? And this part end was south. I have broken. Still the magnet will have now north pole and south pole. Now this broken piece of the magnet, right? That also will have north and south. How much ever small or big, or how much ever pieces you break the magnet, you isolate the magnet, it again will have north and south pole only. It is not that you have broken that means the second half is south and south again. No. You break the magnet, it again has north and south pole. Then the strength of the magnet is more towards the poles of the magnet than anywhere else. Now you all have done in your lower classes the experiment, right? When iron fillings were just thrown on the magnet, or when you just pass the iron fillings to it and just tap on the iron fillings, you see that the iron fillings get attracted towards the magnet, towards the pole. The strength of the magnet is more towards the pole rather than any part. Now why is that strength more? We'll understand. So these are few basically the properties of magnet. Then when I talk about the strength of the magnet, the strength of these are permanent magnets. The strength of the permanent magnet is the same. Now what magnets do we have in our lab? That is bar magnet, horseshoe magnet. Its strength is constant. You can neither decrease or increase the strength. Whatever it is going to be the same thing. There are some strongest magnets also which are used, right? So that strength is fixed. You cannot increase or decrease it as per your usage. But are there some magnets where you can increase or decrease their strength? Yes. They are called as electromagnets. Now what are these electromagnets? How do we get electromagnet? Now for example, when I told you the experiment, children, now this wire was connected, right? Now this behaved like a magnet because that compass needle was showing me a deflection. It behaved like a magnet. So that is nothing but an electromagnet, temporary magnet. How can you increase the strength? By increasing the current. So many different things are there. So in electromagnet, you can increase or decrease the strength. You can change the poles. See, here it is fixed north and south. Electromagnet, you can change the poles by just reversing the polarity. That is, from this current reversing, if you do it, polarity also can be changed. So those are all basic things what you have to know. Now the next most important thing about magnetic field, when we talk about, you need to know about the magnetic field lines. Now suppose this is a magnet, say this is north and south, and if I keep a compass needle here, the compass needle always comes to rest in the north-south direction. That means if this is north, the compass needle will deflect like this. Why? This is north, compass needle will show the other way direction. Now assume that's what I was telling you, how to identify the poles of the magnet. I have given a magnet, I don't know which is north and south now. I can bring another magnet, repel or it will attract, yes, like and unlike poles. Exactly which is north and south, how to identify? Bring a magnetic compass near it. See how the deflection goes. If the deflection is going this way, then assume that this should be north because it is facing here, right? So mark these points. Again, this point you have marked, then keep the compass here. The deflection comes like this. Keep here, it comes like this. So when you go that and when you go on drawing lines, you get the lines as this way. That means a magnet have the magnetic field of lines arising from north pole and ending at south pole. It is constant, it is fixed. All the magnetic lines will arise from north and end with south, right? This you can also check with the iron fillings. Now, till where it goes actually, this will go on, children? No, it will only come to a certain point. Beyond the magnetic field ends, there are no magnetic lines of force, right? So these are magnetic lines where we see the magnetic field. Now the second question is here, are this magnetic field of lines in the curve from? Yes. Do they cross or do they intersect each other like this? Suppose if one north and south, if one goes like this, will the second go like this? Will they cross here? That's a question. Magnetic field of lines do not cross, intersect or cross the each path. Why do you think they do not cross? Assume that they cross each other. If they were crossing each other, that means this direction is north and this direction is also north. Can there be two north directions? This way also north and this way also north. So one magnet cannot have two different directions, right? This way also it is showing as north. This way also it is showing as north. Not possible. That's the only reason or contradiction what we say that magnetic lines of force do not intersect each other. They do not cut each other. We also have a question in the NCERT part there on the same. 1 mark question it is asked. So these are about magnetic lines of force. Outside, magnetic lines of force will always go from north to south. Inside the magnet, now we cannot see inside the magnet, but inside the magnetic lines of force always travel from south to north. This is one very important thing what you have to know, right? So this is about magnet and magnetic effect of electric current, that is the phenomena of generation of magnetic field in a conductor when current is passed through it. We are creating a magnetic field. How? By passing a current. So this was given by a scientist, Oersted, and based on this magnetic effect of electric current, that's what in this whole chapter what we are studying is magnetic effect of electric current and electromagnetic induction. So based on magnetic effect of electric current, we study motor. What is motor? We all know what is a motor, right? So not motorbike I'm talking about here. So we study about a motor, electric motor, what you can see. So that motor, we use motor where, children? We use in mixer, we use in mixer grinders, we use in fan, we use in refrigerators. All those are motor. We use sometimes in toys also, right? Small motors, yes. So motor works basically on the phenomena of magnetic effect of electric current, where magnetic effect of field is created when electricity is passed through it. That's the first concept what we have to understand. Next concept here what we understand in this chapter is about electromagnetic induction. Now what is this electromagnetic induction? The phenomena of generation of electric current in a coil. when there is a change in magnetic field. That means the phenomena of generation of electric current in a coil. There is no current. Now assume that this is a coil, right? So I connect this coil to a bulb. Simple. I have a coil here. This coil is connected to a bulb. Now why did I wound the coil like that? To have more effect. Now what I do here is I keep a magnet. Okay, I keep a magnet. So when I keep a magnet here, what happens here is when I just keep a magnet here. There is no field. See, we know that if I have a magnet, there is a magnetic field generated. It is created, right? If I keep a magnet here, there is no magnetic field created or generated. But if I just move the magnet very fast, move it from left to right or right to left, if I just keep moving the magnet very fast, then this part what it is there, it starts behaving like a magnet. Now simple if I have to tell you is, we all have tried this. Take a normal safety pin or any pin like that, rub to the magnet for some time, right? Will the pin start behaving like magnet for few seconds at least? Have you all tried this in your childhood or something? If not, please give a try. So what we do here is when we just rub it towards the coil. See, the coil is here. When I just move this up and down, right to left here, there is a magnetic field, or what you can say is here, this creates a magnetic field here, right? So that means this behaves like a magnet. The phenomena of generation of electric current, bulb starts glowing. The phenomena of generation of electric current in a coil, whenever there is a change in a magnetic field. Was there change in a magnetic field? Yes. So a current is produced in the coil here. So with the help of this, a current is produced. Such a type of current which is produced with the change in magnetic field, we call that type of a current as a induced current, and that effect we call that as a electromagnetic induction, EMI. So this was given by Michael Faraday. We are again going to study about this in detail. Now this is just a gist of a chapter what I am giving it now, right? We are again going to study about this as well as this phenomena in detail in this chapter, but to whatever much or level it is required. About electromagnetic induction, children, you again have a deep study in that in your 11th and 12th. So that part of typing is called as electromagnetic induction. So it was given by Michael Faraday. Where do we use this? Where do we apply this? We apply this in the generator. What is generator? We all know. So basically in this chapter we are going to study about motor and generator. What are the different rules? How we follow them? Who has given? See, when we talk about motor or generator, there are some rules. How the current flows, how the magnetic field is created in this, as well as here how the induced current is generated. That we study in motor rule as well as generator rule. So now basically what we discussed initially was now this is a magnet where the magnetic lines of force move from north to south, right? So we know the direction, from which direction, that is it is moving from this direction and it is ending here, starting from here and ending here. So now basically if this is this type of a conductor, that is it's a magnet. Now suppose if I have a straight conductor, right? So this is a straight conductor and the ends of this are again connected to a battery. So in this particular straight conductor, how will, this is the flow of current, children, current is flowing in this direction. So current is flowing in this direction. Now current is flowing in this direction here. How will the magnetic lines of force move here? From which, where it will start and where it will end. Point number one. So this is a straight conductor, right? Now similarly, we have another, what you can say it as a circular conductor. So assume that this is a circular conductor and this is in turn connected to a battery. Now in this circular conductor, current is flowing in this direction. So current is flowing here is this way, right? So when current is flowing in this direction here, what is the magnetic field of lines, or where are the magnetic lines moving from? North to south. Where is north and where is south? From where is it originating and where is it ending? That creates a confusion, because I have a bar magnet. I know it is starting from north, ending at south. Outside, inside, it is starting from south and going to north, right? So there came right hand thumb rule, or we also call that as Maxwell's thumb rule. Now what is this thumb rule? Maxwell's thumb rule is nothing but again right hand thumb rule. So right hand thumb rule tells us that, imagine you are holding a conductor in your right hand, compulsorily right hand only. So because why not left hand? Because that will not give the direction of current and magnetic field of lines correctly what you can say. So what did Maxwell tell here in right hand thumb rule is, imagine that you are holding a conductor in your right hand in such a way that your thumb is pointing upwards, right? You all can do that along with me. So when you hold a conductor in your right hand, let me also draw here. So this is a conductor what we are holding and the current is moving in this direction. So this is a conductor. So, okay. This is the direction of electric current, right? So I am holding it in my right hand and the thumb is pointing upwards. The thumb finger which is pointing upwards tells me the direction of current. That means this is the direction of current, right? Then if that is the direction of current, then magnetic fields of lines are moving like this. How? So just imagine you are holding this, right? Hold it the thumb finger like this here. These are your fingers. How will your fingers curl? Of course, everybody's fingers will curl like this. Nobody will go ulta, right? So when your fingers are curling in this direction, that means magnetic field of lines are starting here and they are moving like this. They are going inside. That means if I am holding the conductor here, children, so if I am holding the conductor here, I can't insert my hand inside the board now. So you have to just push it inside and hold a conductor. These are the magnetic lines of force, right? This is how it is coming. It is starting and it is coming. This is the direction. What if you hold the conductor and this is the direction of current? How are you supposed to hold? You are supposed to hold the conductor like this. This is the direction of current. Direction of current is downwards. So what are your magnetic field of lines? These are your magnetic field of lines, like this. So magnetic field of lines are coming like this. Understood the difference here? So Maxwell thumb rule gave that, imagine you are holding a conductor in your right hand such a way that the thumb is pointing the direction of the current. Then the magnetic field of lines are in the direction of the fingers curling towards the conductor. That is the direction of magnetic field of lines. Similarly here when I talk about, just imagine. So this is the conductor you are holding, right? So if you are holding it like this, this is the direction of this. You are holding it here. You are holding it here. This is the direction. Magnetic field of lines are coming here. Right? They are coming. You are holding it down. Magnetic field of lines are coming like this. So this is how you can draw the magnetic field of lines in a given conductor. That is, they holding a conductor, pointing the thumb towards the direction of current. The same figure, very important children, experimentally it is asked usually. The first experiment here, what they have given here is magnetic field due to a current in a straight conductor, magnetic field due to a current in a circular room. These two are the very important questions which can be asked sometimes. With figure, explanation what they have given. See, I can explain you, right? But when you are writing it, you have to write it in the same terms. So this is how Maxwell thumb rule works, and it shows that direction of current as well as direction of magnetic field of lines. One more thing what I have to know here is, now in a bar magnet, we know that it is a north pole and a south pole. We know it originates from north, ends at south. Here now, which is my north and which is my south? How do I come to know that? Simple rule, what you understand here is always. Now, imagine that this is a conductor. Okay, let us consider two conductors. One which is going anti-clockwise. So when I talk about anti-clockwise, children, can this be anti-clockwise? Okay. So this is anti-clockwise. Current, huh? Current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction and circling going straight is clockwise direction. Here the current is moving in a clockwise direction. So when a current is moving in a anti-clockwise direction, just see here. This is how the current is flowing and this is how the current is flowing. This is how it is moving, right? So if I talk about, it is going like this and it is going. So current is moving and current is actually moving here top. It's going down here. It's actually moving on top. What came here? It's actually nothing but N. So in this part, what, in which way? Now see, I am holding a conductor here. This is my magnetic field of lines. Magnetic field of lines are starting and coming where? Inside part, right? They are coming inside. So magnetic field of lines, from here they start. Starting part, they start from here and then they end. So that means this part is north, right? So wherever current is going out, children, remember, one trick you remember, anti-clockwise when we have talked about, we got N shape. N shape means what? North pole. Now north pole, what is the property? It is going out. South pole, what is the property? It is coming inside. Right? Look at the current in clockwise direction. So this is a clockwise. So this is moving here. So I can just talk about this is moving here, right? So this way if I draw, what I got S. This is a current and this is a current. In south, what will happen? South pole, what will happen? Magnetic field of lines will go inside the south, start from north and go inside the south. See here, I will hold the conductor. When I am holding the conductor, it is actually coming inside, right? It is coming inside. Look here, when I am holding a conductor like this, it's actually from outside. Here it is from inside. Now I can't insert my fingers, but I am taking from inside. So anti-clockwise, see direction wise we have some questions that you will understand about these two concepts much clearly. Remember, clockwise direction you get a south. You get S kind here, it's a south pole. We again use this further. This phenomena is again used further. You will again understand this better. Further, next session will be something on solenoid. Solenoid is nothing but a helical shaped coil. There you will again understand this concept much clearly. Only thing you understand here is anti-clockwise north pole because the magnetic field lines are going out. Clockwise, it is south pole because magnetic field of lines are coming inside. That's the very important concept to remember this, right? Some 1 mark MCQ questions are sometimes asked on this part also. So, basically in today's class we understood about just the whole gist of the chapter. Introduction, what is a magnet, that is a bar magnet, properties of magnet, magnetic field lines, about what are electromagnets and permanent magnets, some properties about magnetic field lines that they do not intersect, from where they start, from where they end, right? Then what is the direction of current with respect to the magnetic field? We understood that by right hand thumb rule in a straight conductor as well as in a circular conductor. So in the tomorrow's session we will be studying few more concepts about this. Thank you.